Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. If your enemy is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is temperamental, seek to irritate him. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Even the finest sword plunge into salt water will eventually rust. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. When the enemy is relaxed, make them tall when full. Starve them when settled, make them move. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Know yourself, and you will win all battles. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. The wise warrior avoids the battle. The whole secret lies in confusing the enemy so that he cannot fathom our real intent. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. One mark of a great soldier is that he fight on his own terms, or fights not at all. If you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and know earth, you may make your victory complete. You have to believe in yourself. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. Thus the expert in battle moves the enemy, and is not moved by him. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little. By attacking you, this will diminish his enthusiasm. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This is death. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Knowing the enemy enables you to take the offensive. Knowing yourself enables you to stand on the defensive. Mystify, mislead, and surprise the enemy. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Wheels of justice grind slow, but grind fine. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. He will win who prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. Never venture, never win. Plan for what it is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Every battle is won before it's ever fought. Disorder came from order, fear came from courage, weakness came from strength. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will everywhere be weak. Be where your enemy is not. Rewards for good service should not be deferred a single day. Begin by seizing something which your opponent holds dear. Then he will be amenable to your will. If his forces are united, separate them. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles without disaster. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Who does not know the evils of war cannot appreciate its benefits. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. Know thyself, know thy enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. The worst calamities that befall an army rise from hesitation. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Too many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. Success in warfare is gained by carefully accommodating ourselves to the enemy's purpose. You can ensure the safety of your defense if you only hold positions that cannot be attacked. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. In war, then, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. When the common soldiers are too strong and their officers too weak, the result is insubordination. It is best to keep one's own state intact. To crush the enemy's state is only second best. Order or disorder depends on organization. Courage or cowardice on circumstances, strength or weakness on dispositions. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. When the officers are too strong and the common soldiers too weak, the result is collapse. All men can see the tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. The principle on which to manage an army is to set up one standard of courage which all must reach. Danger has a bracing effect. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder, and crush him. So long as victory can be attained, stupid haste is preferable to clever dilatoriness. All warfare is based on deception.